Alright, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel, I should say. Welcome to or welcome back to the channel. There we go. For another track ad episode. We're here at Mugello. It was the top voted comment. So, here we are. The tune for the C7 is for a spec lobby build that we run, but the tune should still work for the GT2 spec build. So if you guys would like to copy that, I will run through the tune real quick. And while I do this, I will just explain what we're going to do here. We're going to do 3 laps. First lap while I'm on the controller, and I go pretty slow. And I explain the breakpoints, how to attack the corner. Mugello is pretty sketchy. You don't really want to touch a lot of things here. And if you do want to touch things, you got to know what to touch. So, second lap will be a little bit faster on the wheel while I still explain the brake markers and stuff like that. And then the third lap will be a full quality pace. And as you can see up there, we're only on lap 3 and we've already ran a 146.7. So hopefully this track guide will help you guys make up a little bit of time. Alright, assuming you are on a flying lap, this car is so loud. You want to look for this second white marker right here, which is actually the brake marker. If you can't see it on the wall because of the shadow or, whatever type of day it is, whatever time of day it is, I should say, just look for the second white line. Brake right on that. Brake hard, and then ease up on the brake, let your car coast in, hug the inside, and you can get on the power pretty early there. Here, there's no real brake marker. As you can see, you want to brake on that second red square, which is really hard to tell when you're cruising or in a different camera view or something like that. So this second corner is kind of off feel. You just kind of get on the power. For me, the way my gears are set up, I run out second gear and then I let off the gas, because this brake marker is right at the end of my second gear. So if you guys would like to know, yes, it is right there on the second red marker, if you can see it. You can cut this corner, but don't cut too much. If your front right tire ends up hitting the rumble strip, it can push you actually out wide. So you want to cut the corner, but don't let your outside wheels touch the apex. That's going to be a big theme here at Mugello. You want to cut quite a bit, but don't let your outside tires touch that rumble, or else it'll just send you off into the sand. That whole section right there is kind of off feel. Once again, like I said, I go off my second gear. Both of those corners are about the end of my second gear, and then I just let off the gas, let the car coast in, let it get settled. You really don't want to be super aggressive here at Mugello. This track will call you out and will send you packing. Alright, coming into the second part of the S's. This one, I honestly just look for the rubber on the road. This is the best way for me to tell where the brake marker is for this corner. There's no brake marker. There's the 100 board, but there's no 50 board. You really want to brake at like 50, maybe 75. So if you see this board over here on the right, you can try to guesstimate 50. But yeah, this corner, I just keep an eye on the track rubber. I do not like to be over here. If you brake too hard on this rumble strip, it is bad news bears. So try to stay on the pavement there. Again here, you can cut quite a bit. Don't let your outside wheels touch the curb. You can run it out pretty wide here, but be careful on the throttle. This rumble strip right here will make your car get a little bit squirrely if you have a little bit too much power or you're too high up in the rev range. Here, I like to look for the crane actually. So since I'm in hood cam, When I come up to the crane, as soon as that crane goes out of my vision, that's when I hit the brake. But again, you can look for the end of the brake wall on the left. You can look for the driveway and brake a little bit before that. You can look for the track rubber in the road. You can look for the bottom of the crane on the right and just brake before that. You can brake at the light post on the right. Or you can brake just after the little house right here on the left. Or the safety crew car. There's actually a bunch of brake markers here, depending on your situation, how many cars are around you. If you're on a fast lap and you're out here solo, you can push it probably almost to the driveway, so just past the wall. I would say that truck right there is a really good brake marker. You can actually cut quite a bit here, depending on how your tune is set up. I found that cutting this curb completely doesn't upset your car too much if you're not on the throttle. This corner you don't really need to brake for, actually. If you get that corner set up, you don't really need to brake for this. You might need to let off, get your car settled. Don't cut too much of that inside corner or else you'll be off in the kitty litter. Don't do that. Like I said, another theme here is don't let your outside tires touch the rumble strip. Coming up to the fast right up the hill, I don't like to brake on the rumble strip. I've seen people cut way over and brake. I'm not consistent enough to do that on the rumble strip. I slide off almost every time. So try not to hit that rumble strip right there. Get it tucked in. And this rumble strip, you don't want to touch at all. You want to get real close to it. But even if you just touch it with the inside wheels, it still wants to kick you out because of how fast you're going. Out here, you can run it all the way out here. You really want to. Turn in just before it ends. Cut this, but again, don't let your outside wheels touch the inside. And then I look for the crane on the right. You can also look for the track rubber, but depending on what view you're in, there's a little bit of a hill here, so you might not see it in time. That camera crane is a really good brake marker. That's what I look for. Coming through these S's, you don't want to brake late, or else you will lose a lot of time here. You can cut quite a bit of this, as again, don't let your outside wheels touch the apex. You can cut quite a bit here, and then run it out wide. Coming up to the hairpin right downhill, you gotta be a little careful here, not brake late. Braking late here will, unless you V it off like crazy, it's not worth it. You wanna brake right here, right on the 200 board, which is the last white marker on the road. It's pretty easy. Brake really hard, and then ease up on the brake and let your car coast in. You want to hug the apex about right here, and then it can be full throttle. Full throttle through this whole section. Cut the curves. Again, don't let your outside tires touch the apex. Alright, the fast left downhill onto the finish line straight. I have seen so many different lines here, I could fill a book. If you can see the brake marker on the right, just past that, or just past the change in pavement. Dark to light, just past that. If you're fast enough to see the rubber, again, it's kind of on a weird hill, then yeah, brake right on the rubber, but be careful because as soon as you crest that hill, your car is going to want to keep the momentum forward. So don't brake too late here, and stay off that right side rumble. That will take you out. What I like to do is get it about right here, about mid-track, and then let it coast in. And then just before, actually way before, you can get on the throttle really early here if you get this corner right. So coast it out in the middle, and then slowly apex it in. Once you get to about here, I'm trying to find a good marker. Yeah, you're not going to be paying attention to that stuff over there. You want to be full throttle before this dirt line. I guess I could say that. You want to be full throttle before this little pavement line right here. If you're full throttle before that, you got a pretty good exit onto the finish line straight. Alright, I know that was a little bit longer of a first lap, but I really wanted to stress, don't let your outside tires touch the apex, and you will be golden here. You can take the curb, but don't take too much of it. Alright, let's hop on the wheel and do a little bit faster lap here. I'm sure our tires are pretty cold. They're actually not too bad. So, coming up to the first corner, look for the 100 board or the white line, brake. Get it turned in on the throttle. Ooh, see, you don't want to touch that rumble strip under braking. You don't want to touch, the car slides so easily. Alright, let's keep going. Pretty bad first sector, but that just shows you how easy it is here. Brake on the rubber line there. Cut this, but not too much. Run it out. Look for the crane or the truck on the left. Here, just let off. You don't have to hit the brake. Brake at the rumble strip a little bit if you have to. Ooh! Don't touch that inside rumble. Run it all the way out wide. You can cut that, but don't cut too much, or else it'll want to throw you off. Look for the crane on the right. Get it tucked in. Don't cut too much. Run it out wide. Look for the last white strip on the right, or left, sorry. Oop, I apexed it a little bit too early. Full throttle nice and early. Don't cut too much here. Again, keeping with the theme. Don't let your outside tires touch the apex. Brake on the rubber. Middle of the track. Get it turned in. Full throttle. Alright. I know that was a pretty crappy lap. I lost it there in the first sector. But I'm going to run a few fast laps here. Pick the best one. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Alright, come on. This track is so difficult. Oh, that's too much. Ooh. That was so slow. Don't touch that. Alright, well, it's not quite what we did earlier, but it's pretty close. 47.8. Not too bad. We'll take that and leave it here. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a lot around here. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.